Hi, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Gates weekly recap. This is week 43 of the best soap opera on television. Finished, I guess, the first calendar year, 2025, and started off the new year with, so we had 4 episodes this week. There was no episode on Wednesday. That's the only day. They had a good New Year's Eve, celebrations on Monday or Tuesday. And then they got back to it on with yesterday's show and today's with the Anita's cancer diagnosis. I mean, it's just rocking the whole show, all the characters, everybody in the city, of Fairmount Crest, because Fairmount Crest is it's a close-knit, it's a small community, and everybody knows the Duprees. And Anita Dupree, she's a strong person. Anita Dupree, played by Tamara Toomey, she does a great job in the role, and I I think she's doing a great job with this. And what I like is that, on January 1st, which was the show's 200th episode, which 200 shows in the book, that's a lot. Even when I said to my son today that yesterday was the 200th episode, he was like, already? So this year's gone quick, right? It's been on for 10 months. And I think about this too. This is week 43. This is the 42nd show I've done with this. And I love it. I mean, as I've talked about many times before, I love the soap opera genre, as they call it. And since I was a kid, I just loved it. I loved having watching soap operas with my mom. We would watch them. Even after I graduated from high school, I still lived at home. We would videotape them, and then we'd watch them at night. So soaps have been a big part of my life. Soaps and sports, pretty much. That's my life. I love them. I love those two things. And and you get involved with the characters. You feel like the characters matter to you. You feel like you know them. You feel like they're your friends. And seeing Anita diagnosed with the breast cancer, I have a couple friends in my life that are going through breast cancer right now, or cancer, not breast cancer. They're going through other kinds of cancer right now. My friend Julie Calacaro, she is, unfortunately, her cancer cannot be cured, but she's fighting it. She's fighting it as long as she can, and she's tough. She's a fighter, and I think of her every day. And my friend, his wife, who came into his life a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and just completely changed his life. His wife, she's fighting a cancer battle of her own right now too. And I told him that I felt bad for Anita Dupree, for the character. And he said to me, it puts it into perspective. But, Anita is somebody we see every day, right? She's in our lives. We see her every day. So she does matter to us. And I'm really interested in the weeks and months ahead to see how Anita handles the cancer, how the show handles it. I'm thinking she'll survive it. But you never know. I don't know if the actress will decide maybe to leave the show, but I'm hoping that she does, survive it. And it is just a TV show. So it's up to writers and producers and that. So unlike my two friends who are fighting it, it's not up to anyone. It's up to, fight. And so I like the public service message that, Carla Sheila Mosley and Daphne Duplex did at the end of the New Year's Day episode. It was good because let's face it, Beyond the Gates has a large Black female viewership, and if it convinces one person or a couple people to get tested early and they survive because of the early testing, then this show, ratings or not, then this show has been a success. And that's a great thing. If you can entertain people like this show does, but if you can also make a difference, which I believe this show is doing, then that's incredible. So, as Andre refers to her, Miss Anita has informed the family. The part in today's episode where she's looking through the scrapbook. Yeah, that got me. It got me, she hears the voices of her grandchildren. And that got me. I got to admit, it did. I'm a grandpa now. I have two grandchildren, two granddaughters, Parker Joy and Tatum. And they mean the world to me. So I can see, it was very real watching that scene with Anita looking through the scrapbook. And it hit home where you want to be there for your grandchildren. I had a health scare a couple of years ago. I'm on heart medication. I spent 4 days in the hospital, and it made me realize that I want to be here for my grandchildren. I want to do this. I want to be doing this in 20 years. I want to go to my granddaughter's wedding. I want to do all of these things. And I think that's what that scene showed today with Anita. She wants more memories with her grandchildren, and it was a very heartfelt scene. I think the writers did a great job. The directors, Tamara Toomey and, Clifton Davis. Clifton Davis was a wonderful actor, isn't he? He is just a wonderful actor. We're so lucky to have him and get to watch him portray Vernon Dupree every day. It's just so. I remember him on this on That's My Mama in the 70s, and then he was on Amen. I didn't watch Amen a lot. I'll admit, I really didn't watch Amen. I watched it, every once in a while, but I didn't really watch it a lot. But I do remember him on That's My Mama when he was young, and he's a great actor. And this cast, man, this is a great cast. You think about it. I think about other soaps that have come on. I remember when Capital came on. I remember when Loving came on. I remember when Santa Barbara came on, Sunset Beach, Generations, Passions, all of those shows, The Bold and the Beautiful. I don't remember when Young and the Restless came on, even though I was like 8 years old when it came on, or Ryan's Hope. I was like 8 when that came on. I don't remember when those came on, but I do. The soaps I remember when they came on. Okay, bad casting in some aspects. Like they had to replace multiple actors. There's been one actor replaced on this show, and he left on his own. We're not exactly sure why he left. We're not exactly sure why Maurice Johnson left the role of Ted Richardson, and was replaced by Keith Robinson, who does a great job. I wasn't sure I'd like him at first, but he does a great job. He's taken the role. It's his role now. But this show, look at this. There hasn't been any recasting, really. Especially because, a lot of times it's, well, can they do this day to day? And there's recasting. They just weren't able to do it. There's been none of that on this show. And I think that is the kind of thing that can hold a show together and keep viewers and bring new viewers in. I think Gates has done that. And it really excites me. It makes me happy because my favorite show, like I've said before, my favorite show all time, soap opera, Santa Barbara. I recently got to see some old episodes. Wow. Some of the acting was really bad early on in that show, but not on this show. Not on Beyond the Gates. It's great acting. I cannot remember her name anymore. Who was, let's see if I can Google this. We'll do it right on the air. Who was Chelsea's stalker? What was her name? I can't remember what her, well, that wasn't right. Chelsea, who was Chelsea's stalker on Beyond the Gates? Because, you got to put that in. You can't really just say on Beyond the Gates. Yeah, that'll come up now. It'll come up. I just can't remember her name. Allison Bailey. It was Allison. She was played by Brianna Roberts. She wasn't that great of an actress. Okay. I mean, if we had one actress or actor on the show that wasn't great, she probably was it. I mean, she did okay, but I thought that, I don't know, I didn't think she was great. Okay. So, the casting's been incredible. They had a great, producers, directors, writers. I mean, they had really established people writing this show and directing and producing this show from the beginning. Julie Hand and Carruthers, are you kidding me? I mean, seriously, the whole thing, everybody they had from the beginning on this show, these people worked in CBS, knew what they were doing. Michelle Van Gene, however you say it. Okay, I said it wrong because that's who I am. How long has she been around? She's been around for a long time doing soap operas. She's written more than 2,000 daytime episodes. She's won 7 daytime Emmy Awards. They got her to create the show. Like, are you okay? Home run number 1 right there. I mean, that's just like getting somebody like that to create the show was a win then. And then they have just these people like, I'm going to say her name wrong, Sonia Belangiardo Goings. She's been doing this a long time. Shelley Curtis. And then executive producers, Sheila Ducksworth. She's been around a long time. Of course, Michelle Van Sheen. She's one of the producers too. Julie Hand and Carruthers. These people, they've been here forever, or they've been around forever. I think that that has just made this show. It was off to a good start because they hired the right people to be involved. Robert Guzza Jr. Are you kidding me? Like that guy, he was in charge of General Hospital forever. Okay. So this kind of stuff is the reason that this show, Ron Calavati, he's another one. It's been around forever. I'm going to miss some names here, but let me tell you something. That's what they did. They got people who were great people in the industry. Guzza Jr.'s left the show, so is Calavati, and they said the roles were amicable, that they left amicably, and their roles were basically to assist in launching the show. They had great people launching this show, and they have great actors too. You look at the actors on this show. Oh my God, a lot of soap veterans, a lot of newer talent, but a lot of people who've done a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And it's flawless. The sets are beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful place, Fairmount Crest, and these sets are beautiful, aren't they? So I just, I'm really excited to see what happens in the next year on this show. I think that the ratings, from what I understand, the ratings have been good. 1.59 million viewers average. The first week, it had drawn as many as 2 million, I believe. But the same thing, that same week, General Hospital drew 1.88. So only 290,000 viewers behind General Hospital, a show that has been on over 60 years. And Gates has almost caught up to it in 10 months. Okay, so let's hope that continues. Let's hope we can talk on this show one of these days that Beyond the Gates has passed up General Hospital for more than a month. Okay, so I would be really happy if that happens. I think it can happen. It's a really good show. Let's remember, this show is doing very well with the demographic that matters, that women 18 to 49, women 24 to 54. It's doing very well in those demographics, and that's what matters. We know what advertisers want, and they don't want old people like me. They don't want a 58-year-old. They want 18 to 50. Okay, and it's doing really well in those categories. So I think this show is in good shape. Every show was down the last few weeks of December because of the holidays. Even Young and the Restless and Bold and Beautiful were down. So I think we're in a good place, and I think that we're going to see a lot more good soap opera in the next year. And hopefully we'll be here in a year celebrating going into the third season of Beyond the Gates. So I will see you next week. That will be January 9th, for our episode 44 of the season. We're going to go with this until February. Then we'll start over with season 2. But until then, hopefully I'll see you somewhere around Fairmount Crest.